Now that we have our layout complete, we're going to go in and we are going to make a template out of this, which is going to allow us to make a lot of different pages and be able to edit them in one global place. Make sure before you do this that your buttons have the correct links and that you've tested this in a browser and everything looks fine. If it looks like everything is working fine, then is a good time to go ahead and make your template. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to go to File, Save as Template, and I'm going to save it into my site folder. And I want to name it something specific that I can find again. So I'm going to call this Mad Template because I'm going to have several templates by the time the course is finished. So for this site, I'm going to have this template here. Click on Save, update the links. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And here it is. We have just created a template. See, it says template at the top now, and DWT as the path name, the file name, extension. .dwt is Dreamweaver template. And basically this is what is going to be serving as kind of a model for all of our other pages. Here's how it works. I'm going to go File, New, and instead of selecting blank page, we're going to take a page from the template and we're going to look at the site, which is right here, and the name for the site is here, and this shows a little picture of the template. Now here's an important thing to remember is to make sure this is checked, because what this means is as we change our template, we're going to be able to allow changes to happen to our pages, and I'll show you that in a minute as well. So click on Create. Now this looks exactly the same, except that now we're dealing with an HTML document. I don't have it named yet, but I could call this my index page because this is the first page I want people to see when they go into my MAD site. So I'm going to go ahead and save it as index. And I like using the extension HTM, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. And make sure that I save it into the correct folder, which is going to be right here. And I'm going to save it into there. Click say Alone. I'm going to go to File, New. I'm going to make a new page. And this is going to be my categories page. So instead of blank page, page from template, create. And I want to save this as categories. .htm. And make sure it's into my MadFest folder. Click Save. Alright. Now, my index page was fine looking like this, but my categories page, I want it to look different. So I need to be able to edit these areas, but I can't because I need to make these regions editable using my template. So I'll go back to my template, which is up in my tab up here. Now I'm in my template. Now I can make this whole area editable. I'm going to do that by selecting all of my text in here. And I'm going to go to, actually the best way to do this is to go to Window and Insert, if I can find out where that is, there it is. And from our Insert menu, in a common tab, I'm going to come down to Templates. Okay, and it says Make Template, Make Edit, Nested Template, Make Editable Region. This is the one I want right here. I'm going to make this region editable, which means I'm going to be able to go into that region and change it. Now I want to make sure that I've got all of my HTML, so I'm going to grab all the HTML. I was missing an H1 tag. Make sure I have everything in that div tag highlighted. And so now I'm going to make this editable by going here, Editable Region, and I can call that Left Text Box. Just inventing that name for it. Click OK. And now this whole area is going to be able to be changed by me. Now I want to do that the same thing over here for this area. So select in here, come over here, and it's a good idea just to grab everything in between the div tags like that. And I want to make that an editable region as well. Click on this, call that Right Text Box, and click on OK. Alright. Now that I've got editable regions, I want to save my template. Every time I make a change to my template, I want to save it. So I'm going to go File, Save. It says, do you want to update files based on this template? This is where that update button was important. What this means is now it's going to affect every file that's based on the template. I'll click on update and I will click on, it says it's done. It did it. So go ahead and close it. Now if I look over here at my index page, I'm now able to go inside of it and edit it. I wasn't able to do that before. I've got the editable option for both of them. So not only for this one, but also for this one, I can go in and make changes to it. So my index page, I like the way it is, but my categories page, I want to change. So I'm going to go in here, and instead of having that say that, I'll have it say categories. And I'll also change a little bit of text here. This is the category page. And I could go in and I could change the picture on here if I wanted as well. So you get the idea that I can't change buttons on these individual pages, can't change anything except for the content area. And I'll just prove my point by putting a whole bunch of different F's in here, change the whole thing so that it scrolls way down the page. I'm going to save my categories, and I want to save my index page. And I want to view this thing in a browser. Here it is. Here's my about page or my index. Here's my categories. And you can see how that stretched down the screen like that. You have one page made. You can go ahead and cancel out of your browser here and go back to your Dreamweaver page and just continue to make pages. File new. And you can see how quickly you can start to make all of your pages. I'm going to go ahead and create this one. This one I will save as jurors. And at this point, once you've established your whole site structure, now you can go in and just put in content and quickly build your site. And that's the beauty of working with templates.